I'm back with another video. Make sure you like, you comment, and subscribe. So I'm gonna give you guys the real tea on student teaching, okay? The real tea that they don't tell you on YouTube, okay? The real tea that they don't tell you, okay? They try to make it all nice and sweet. It ain't nice and sweet, okay? It have its ups and its downs. So in my seminar class, it's like 12 of us. It's a very small class. You know, we all meet and we talk about our day, how it was, how we're doing. So let me tell you how my class is. Some of us are doing student teaching full time, where we are not getting paid. We are just going to school from 8 to 3 without pay. I know it's rough, but hey, I'm doing it and I'm getting by the best way that I can. Make sure you save up some money for when you're doing your student teaching. If you know that you're definitely not going to be working full time, you got some money to pay for menstrual card. Keep that in mind. Then you have, sorry, then you have other teachers who are new teachers. They went right into it, so they're getting seen by their principal or assistant principal, and they're getting seen by their supervisor at the same time from their university. So you're probably wondering, why didn't I do that? I didn't go straight into teaching doing that because I just feel like that was just too much. That's just too much pressure for somebody being so new. And I really wanted to take this time to really learn as much as I can about my student teaching and, you know, being able to see how a room operates. Like I told you guys before, last year I worked with first grade as a TA. This year I wanted to see how second grade is going to be. I want to see how is that transition. Now that they've learned all the strategies, how are they able to bring those strategies that they learn and be able to build on that comprehension aspect now and being able to build that stamina when they're reading. You know, so I think with me, I wanted to think about that. Like me, I'm very observant and I like to like really think like long term. Like what is that next step that these kids need to learn in second grade? How am I what are they gonna what do they need to know to be successful in third? You know, so I think more so of that. So I didn't want to have to deal with the pressure of an assistant principal looking at me and my university from Hunter. It's just too much, but to each his own. Whatever works best for you works best for you. So let's get to the tea. So it's two girls. One of my friends in my seminar class, we were just talking last week, and she's a new teacher. She just started. She's in a public school, and of course, her teacher is older, old school, older. So her being the new teacher, of course, the older teacher you would think would be so happy to see, you know, this young, vibrant girl, you know, coming in to be a teacher, and you think that we would want to say, kudos, girl, like welcome to the, you know, welcome to the teacher life. Her experience was not like that. Her teacher did not show up with her to set up for the room. She did all of it by herself. Basically, the older teacher is mad because she has to work. Basically, someone like me, I'm not experienced, I'm new. Basically, you got to work with an unexperienced teacher. So basically, they take it as I'm babysitting this little. I'm babysitting this teacher, and I'm basically gonna be doing all the work, or however they might perceive it. Y'all know what I'm talking. However y'all might perceive it. So I just feel like, you know, the girl was telling me like she was mad because she had to basically do ICT together, you know, with the girl. And I understand, like, we as teachers, we need to understand we cannot get comfortable. We're in a field where you cannot get comfortable. They could tell you teach in first grade. You start school September, you teach in fifth. You just got to be able to just, you know, take it. You know, it's different. If you was practicing working on first grade curriculum and you just found out that, you know, a couple of weeks before school you about to teach fifth grade, that's the reality of teaching. That's just the reality. You can never get comfortable. You can never get comfortable. You can't get too comfortable. Cause they could pick you up and say, hey, we not liking how you teach in 5th grade, we gotta bring you down to 2nd. That's the real life. That's real life. You people make it nice and no, that's the real tea. And I just feel like, my friend, she's a new teacher. You would think somebody would be welcoming to see like this young woman want to be a teacher. She's so young. Like what inspired her to teach? You shut her down. You don't even get to know her. And it's like she's in the classroom, she's giving her a rough time. She don't want her to make recommendations for the kids. She don't want her to do like accommodations or do things that she feels like they need because they're struggling in the class. She don't want her to do jack squat. Like, how does that work? You're not the only one teaching in here. I'm someone too. I'm the special education teacher. And I know what my kids need. If you are Jen, you do your thing as Jen. But my job as a special education teacher is to make those accommodations for them kids so they can access that curriculum as well. It might not be how the Gen kids do it, but I'm going to get my kids there and make sure that they reach that. Or they're going to get there by this time. So with my friend, she's just like really having a rough time, like communicating with the teachers. Like they're like her and like they really like battling, like not battling like fighting, but like they're really butting heads, And she spoke to me on the side and she was like, I regret, going straight into teaching. And she was like, I wish that I would have did what you did and just, did the internship, and then after I was finished, find a job. And I told her, don't regret that. I said there's a reason why you did that for you. And I'm like, you know what? It kind of hurt me because she said, she stressed going to work every morning, like she's scared to go into work because she have to deal with this teacher. And when she said that, you should never have to be scared to go into work because you and that teacher might be butting heads. You should never. And it's so crazy because I've heard it from other people in my program and they feel like that because these older teachers is just being blatantly disrespectful to the younger teachers. I mean, it's nothing to be mad about. We want to be teachers. Don't be mad. Try new things. We coming in, we don't want to take your job. It's not about taking your job because either way, if a young person come in and the principal like you, don't be mad at us. Be mad at the principal. That's who you need to be mad at. Sometimes as a young teacher, you got to switch it up. We're not doing that old school stuff no more, what you used to do. Let the young girl show you. You can learn something from us and we can learn something from you. And we should be able to work together. At the end of the day, our goal is for the kids. The kids are important. Not us bickering back and forth. At the end of the day, we have a common goal. We're here for these kids. We want to make sure that they're successful. We want to make sure that they're going to go to college. They're going to make something of themselves. They're not going to be a statistic. They're going to go to college. We're going to make sure they get there. They're going to go get a master's. And whatever happens from there, they have a happy life. That they're not out in the streets doing something that they shouldn't be doing. We want to make sure that we being an influence, that we motivating these kids. And to hear, a young teacher say she terrified to go into work every morning or even to be around this person because she don't want her to do half of the stuff that she should be doing as a special education teacher and she want to be petty. Are you serious? Like, when I heard that, I'm like, are you serious? I said to her, I need to come in there and see. I said, let me come in there because I'll be like, So I feel like if you in a situation like that and you are a young teacher and you and your teacher don't get along and you tried your best on your end to meet her and y'all have a common ground and just try to talk it out and your teacher is tuning you out, you got 3 trials. You done tried. You did it on your own. Okay? You tried your best. You're not going behind her back. You tried your best and you tried to solve the issue with her 3 times. You see if that don't work, I'm sorry. You take it to the assistant principal, because come on. You trying to have a woman to woman conversation or a man to man conversation, whoever your cooperating teacher is, or whoever your other head teacher is that you're working with, and they want to be petty. She had to do something in the classroom too. And I just feel like I've seen a lot of teachers say they don't want to work ICT. You don't make that choice. I don't even think you make that choice. If that's what it is, that's what it is. We live in a world now where a lot of kids have special needs. They need to be in an ICT setting. I've been in an ICT setting and I love it. I am with 2 teachers, one that teach gen, one that teach special ed. It is not hard, and they work together fabulously. They split up the workload so nobody feels like one person is doing it. They have 10 IEPs. The gen do 5. The special ed do 5. They on the same page and they work beautifully. They have a very structured class. Everything, something might not go right. They talk it out like women. And I'm tired of hearing teachers say they don't want to work ICT. They don't want to do that. Or I don't want to work with this teacher. We live in a world, a lot of these kids need an ICT setting. And that's just what it is. If you don't want to work ICT, leave your workplace and go to another school. That's it. Ain't nobody putting a gun to your head and saying you got to stay here. Nobody's putting a gun to your head. But I'm tired of hearing teachers say that. I don't want to work ICT. It's too much work. What is too much work? If you and that teacher get along and y'all have, you put your foot, you say things how you want things to go. The other teacher says how things they want to go. And you guys make a common ground of things that you will accept, and things that you don't want to do. And you guys make, a balance, and you guys work that out as women. But we live in come on. Come on. You mad because the principal put you on ICT? Grow up. If you don't like it, you can leave. Go to another place and let a next young girl come in here and take your spot. That's just the reality of it. Okay? We don't want your job. We don't want it. We want the old school ones, to show us. You guys paving the way for us. But if you gonna act petty towards a young sister or a young female coming in or a young man coming in, what are you teaching? What are you teaching as teachers? I really want you to think about that. Think about that. You guys are paving the way for other young little girls who want to be teachers. You making an impact. You saving a child's life when you think you might not know you are. And I think that's what I love about teaching. You could really inspire somebody and you just don't know. These kids might not tell you, but if they come back to your room and say, Miss Shantae, you was my best first grade teacher ever, and because of you, I went to college. That will just change your whole world. To have a kid come and say something like that to you. And you see another young teacher coming in and all you think is, she want my job. No. We don't make that decision. The principal make that decision. And maybe she wants a young teacher in there because she wants to see, what the young girls can bring to the table and introduce and show to you guys. So you can do that. We live in a world where teaching changes every day. You have to do games. You have to get to these kids in different ways. Through music, through art, any way that you can. You have to be versatile in this education world, period. Period. That's just how you have to be as a teacher. You have to reach them different. All kids learn differently. And I just feel like we live in a world where technology is everything. You got to be up to speed with the technology. And that's just how it is. And a lot of teachers are not technology savvy. So if you have the younger ones, we can show you. And I think it's vice versa. We learn from the old school teachers, them older ones, them OGs. We learn from y'all. And you learn from the young ones coming in, who fresh coming out of school, who could bring that freshness into that classroom. And don't see it as like, I don't want to work with her. or oh, she a new teacher, I gotta teach her. So what? So what? So what if you have to do? Be happy that you being an old school teacher who's been like 12 years, you about to make a difference in this new teacher life. You about to show her something. You about to really like help her to grow as a teacher. And be happy. Why? But I really wanted to share this video with you because you guys don't really hear like the backstory of teachers who are young. I'm 26, and you know I am the youngest teacher in my classroom. I am the youngest. The rest of them are 30 and up. So when they look at me, they're like, "You're so young." Yes, I'm young to be a teacher. I'm about to be done my master's, but that don't make me any different from anybody who's been teaching for years. That don't make me different from anybody who has a bachelor's in teaching. That don't make me any different. Any different. Because at the end of the day, we all teaching. We all doing the same thing. We making a difference in our life. The only thing that's changed is you might teach gen and I might teach special ed. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. I might have a cert in something else than what you would have. I'm just more marketable than you. Because we live in a world where they need more special ed teachers than they need gen. And I just want to give this advice to anybody who's going back to school to do their masters. If you have the opportunity, do a dual. We live in a world where they're looking for both special ed and gen, and you coming out with a master's having both, that makes you more marketable. You will get a job quickly like this. So that's another advice. But I really hope you guys like this video. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe. But this was a video that I really wanted to get out there and to just show, like, you know, how I feel and, you know, what it looks like. And just, I don't want us as teachers to do that to these younger teachers that's coming out. You know, you might be mad that you stuck with somebody, but appreciate that you get to have this new teacher learn from you, your experience. Show her something, and she could show you. Work together. Don't go against each other. And I hope you guys like this video. Bye, guys.